ミッキー・トンプソン杯スタジアムスーパークロス選手権アナハイムラウンドの日がやってきた。まずは予選で4ヒートが行われ、こんな結果になっている。予選の結果と選手の名前を覚えておいてくれ。
ミッキー・
トンプソン杯スタジアムスーパークロス選手権のスタート。まずはダグ・デュバックがリード。おっと、デュバックが転倒。代わってリッキー・ジョンソンとジェフ・ワードが集団を引っ張る。右が1位のジョンソン、2位がワード、そしてゼッケンさんのジョージ・ホランドが3位。
The big guns come out. Great lines already, and they're already stretching out. Oh, Mickey Diamond lands real hard.
日本でも見せたミッキー・ダイモンドの素晴らしい走り。4位を走るミッキー・ダイモンド、3位のジョージ・ホランド。現在の順位は1位リッキー・ジョンソン、2位ジェフ・ワード、3位ジョージ・ホランド、そして4位がミッキー・ダイモンド。
Right now, these guys are starting to pull away from the pack, and Mickey Diamond is worried. He's got to get into third.
The green flag comes out, indicating the
first lap is complete. It is a legal
start, and the race continues. 20 laps through the mud, the blood, the beer here at Anaheim Stadium.
Look at these two already pulling out a good lead.
And going for a lot of air, it's Wardy. They go through the whoop-to-doos. Johnson and Ward just as smooth as butter.
There's Diamond's move.
来たぞ来たぞ、ダイモンドが3位に浮上。
Mickey Diamond on the factory Yamaha is running in third, but he's got to catch Ricky Johnson, number 2 on the Honda, and Jeff Ward, number 1 on the green Kawasaki. Diamond, number 6, firmly in third spot at this point. Ricky Johnson in complete control, but Ward is making life miserable on him, and there is Diamond hovering in third, looking for a chance to pounce. And there is
2位のワードがジャンプ。ジョンソンの韻をついて1位に浮上。
Beautiful move by Jeff Ward. David Stanfield, that was absolute perfection, that pass.
Set him up in the whoop-de-doos.
Jeff Ward now motoring away.
川崎に乗るワード・ジョンソンに差をつけ始める。ジョンソンにとってこのレースに勝つためにはこれ以上離されることは許されない。
A hope of winning this race at Anaheim.
He's got to gather it together. He's got to worry about who's coming up on him. Here comes Mickey Diamond.
ミッキー・ダイモンドがジョンソンの韻をつこうとするが転倒。すぐにバイクを起こしレースに復帰。
Outstanding attempt by Mickey Diamond.
That's right. He hit the ground, but he had the presence of mind to hold the throttle on. If he had passed, if that had worked, I think right now Jeff Ward would feel Mickey Diamond breathing down his neck.
一方、快調にトップを行くワード。
So it is Ricky Johnson in second spot. The pressure off him for a moment from a hard-charging Mickey Diamond, and he is going after Wardy.
A long race still left ahead.
レースはまだ序盤。ジョンソンは無理をせずワードが走る最速ラインをたどりチャンスを伺う。
There's still plenty of racing left as Ward holds on to the lead. Johnson in second spot. 空席が多いように見えるがコース近くの席は安全対策のために確保されている。 They don't want to see a rider go up into the stand, so those seats down there along the track are not sold because of safety reasons. Here comes Johnson.
ジョンソンが少し追い上げワードにプレッシャーをかける。
Good European riding styles. They're up on their pegs, precision landings. They have to because the jumps are so technical.
They've got to put the bikes like on the ground with the precision of a brain surgeon, and they'll find themselves on the ground, and that's exactly what these guys are doing. You can't find two more different types of riding styles, Ward and Johnson, but they are both going for the gold here at Anaheim Stadium. Larry Huffman and David Stanfield calling the action. You're seeing some wild and crazy riding. Johnson hammering at Ward, and Ward holding on to the lead.
And Ward feels the pressure, definitely.
He does. There's no question about that. The crowd is standing.
ジョンソンの追い上げに観客は立ち上がって声援を送っている。
Both these riders are from Southern California, and both of them have got their fans cheering for him. Johnson right up on back on Ward. They fly over the jump. Wardy holding on to the lead, and Ward's tough to pass. Make no mistake about that.
Ward looks like he's got this situation in control.
But Johnson is hovering right in second spot, looking for one mistake, waiting for Ward to make a mistake. And Johnson goes to the inside, and Ward shuts a screen door right in his puss.
And now it is Wardy. He is definitely in control right now, and he looks like he's starting to pull away.
Jeff Ward is one of the most well-conditioned athletes in the world, and tests at the LA Health Institute have supported that statement. His daily training routine is nothing short of being bionic. Ward is unreal. Ward is in control here as they head for the final laps in this main event. Still plenty of racing left. Jeff Ward does in 1 week what most people don't exercise in a lifetime. Unbelievable. Wardy is in control.
ジョンソンの方は周回遅れを抜くのに手こずり遅れを取っている。
I've got to agree with that. Ricky does want to win. If you've just tuned in, you're watching exciting motocross race action from Mickey Thompson's Super Crown of Stadium Motocross, and the plot thickens, David Stanfield.
Our leader, Jeff Ward, #1, comes up on slower traffic. He's got to weave his way through it. Right behind him, Ricky Johnson, #2, and Ricky is going to capitalize because every time Jeff meets a slower rider, Ricky's going to gain a little ground.
That's right. It's always dangerous when a rider, a leader, is lapping slower riders because they don't know for the most part who's coming up behind him, and that's taken a lot of leaders out. So Wardy out in front.
And Wardy looking smooth right now, no problem. But Ricky Johnson's got to get a fire lit underneath him. His mechanics tell him to go, go, go. He squares off that turn 4.
This and all of the Supercross of Stadium Motocross programs are being seen in Europe through Robert Kinsey's Stadium Video Europe. Wardy coming around the lap riders, and here comes Johnson putting the pressure on. And the crowd is reacting.
ジョンソンが再び追い上げ、2人は周回遅れの集団に突入。団子状態の中の2人の走りに注目。
They just have to take a new line, a different
前のライダーを抜くには時として最速ラインがブロックされているため、ラインを外して走るリスクを背負わなければならない。
This program is being broadcast on NTV, Nippon Television Network, Japan's largest television network. And they're seeing some great racing. Jeff Ward and Ricky Johnson are hot in Japan. They both raced and both won over in the land of the rising sun. Here comes Johnson on the whoops, right behind Wardy. And there he goes to the inside. Ward did not expect to pass. Johnson came by.
Outstanding move. Ricky Johnson on the inside, he pegged it.
残り周回数も少なくなってきた。ここで離されるとワードの勝利が難しくなる。ワード第4コーナーで転倒。ジョンソンさらにリードを広げ勝利に向かう。大きく遅れてしまった2位のワード。必死にジョンソンの背中を追う。
But he recovers. Ward is still in second, and Johnson is heading for the checker.
That held up Johnson just enough. I mean, these guys caught another 5-10 seconds on Johnson. Yellow flags out.
Indicating a rider is down in front of him, but here is
Johnson.
Johnson.
は余裕のライディングで1位を独走。
No problem. He's regained his composure going through the whoops. And he's in front and in control, David. No problems at all for Johnson.
Heavy traffic, big air over the triples. He's got the lead, but the battle. Here comes
ワードの後、ミッキー・ダイモンドが追い上げる。アウトに膨らむワードのインをついて2位に浮上。1位のジョンソンを追う。
What a move by Diamond. Ward is still groggy. He's got to be groggy from that fall. And Mickey Diamond is going after Ricky Johnson.
ダイモンドの走りも素晴らしいが、ワードは集中力を失ってしまったんだろうか。
I don't either. It's like he had a momentary lapse of concentration, David. He went to the outside, and Diamond slipped right past him.
There is number 2, second position.
現在2位はゼッケン6、ホンダから今年ヤマハに移籍したミッキー・ダイモンド。125cc で2度ナショナルチャンピオンに輝いている。トップを行く元チームメイトのジョンソンを追って激走。最終ラップ、ジョンソン快調にトップを独走。
Look at the infield crew waving Johnson on. They want him to win. There is Johnson waving.
自らの勝利を観客にアピールしながら走るジョンソン。観客も大喜び。
30 feet in the air, turns and waves at the crowd. Look, he gets sideways. Woo! Johnson's having fun, David.
And the crowd is enjoying it, but still Mickey Diamond is within striking distance.
If Johnson makes one mistake on those jumps getting sideways, he is going to find himself buried in that ground, and Diamond's going to take the win.
残りあと2コーナー。
Johnson holding on to the lead. Number 2, Ricky Johnson on the factory Honda out of El Cajon, California. Looks to be a little tired going over that jump, but there it is. Ricky's got it. Ricky takes the gold. Beautiful ride. He had to fight for that. And there is
2位のミッキー・ダイモンドもサイドウェイジャンプでゴール。
He's happy with second, and I think Yamaha is happy too.
87年チャンピオンジェフ・ワードは3位でゴールイン。
He should feel very happy taking third. Ricky Johnson takes the gold at Anaheim Stadium. Mickey Thompson's Super Crown of Stadium Motocross.
続いてはヒューストンラウンドだ。予選結果はご覧の通り。
And here's the main, and it is Wardy. Jeff Ward on the factory
さあ
Kawasaki
スタートから
taking
ゼッケン
the
1
lead.
番
Holland
川崎
number
ワークスライダージェフ・ワードがリード。
Riders
ゼッケン
down.
3番ホーランドがアウトから仕掛ける。
Jeff Leask and
おっ
Ray
と 7、8
Somo
人のライダーが1コーナーで折り重なるように転倒。それをちりめに余裕でトップを独走するのはジェフ・ワードだ。
And this is what the crowd has seen for the past 4 years here at Houston. Wardy getting out in front and never stopped. Holland running in second spot, number 3.
2位はゼッケン3番のジョージ・ホーランド。
That is number 6, Mickey Diamond in third,
ゼ
and
ッケン
Ricky
6番ミ
Johnson
ッキー・ダイモン
number
ド
2
が
and
3
fourth.
位ゼッケン2番リッキー・ジョンソンが4
Here's
位。
Ward in front, number 1 of the green Kawasaki. Holland in second spot, and here
ジョンソン
comes
がダイモンドを抜い
Johnson
て
makes a
3位
move
に
into
浮上。
third. He goes in front of Diamond. So Ricky Johnson running third. There's Johnson right in front of number 6, Mickey Diamond. So Ward in front. Big lead. Look at Jeff's lead. In second spot, George Holland. In third, Johnson. Remember
ワード
now
はこのレー
that
スでただ
Wardy
一
is
人自
using
身専用
something
ラ
that
ジオを
none
身
of
に
the
つけ
other
て
riders
記者
except
席にいる
Lachine
チームマネー
have.
ジャーのロイターナーから
A
背後の
one-way
情報を得ながら
radio
走ってい
from
る。
team manager Roy Turner
初め
sitting
て
up in the
例外
press
的に
box.
使用が許可
And
さ
he
れ
is
たが
feeding
例外でなくなる日も
both
そう
Ward
遠くはないだ
and
ろ
Lachine on different channels information on who's behind him. First time it's been used in an AMA Supercross race. The question is how long until it's outlawed by the AMA. Second spot, Holland number 3, and Johnson now number 2 and third. But it is Wardy's race at this point. In the main event here at the
う。ヒュー
Houston
ストン
Astrodome,
アストロ
Jeff
ドーム
Ward
決
holding on to
勝
the
ジェフ・
lead.
ワードが1位を独走。
Look at the lead between first and second. Where is Holland? There comes
ジョンソンが
Holland.
ホーランドを抜いて
No,
2位に
Johnson
浮
is
上
taking second.
金を払って
Johnson
見に来る
slips
価
by
値のある
Holland
素
as
晴
they
ら
go
し
into
い
the
レースだ。
tunnel and goes into second. So now it is the race the fans paid their money to see. Jeff Ward in front and Ricky Johnson second. Look at the crowd standing. Wardy knows that Johnson is in second by virtue of the one-way radio, the communication with his team manager. Ricky Johnson, a
リッキー・ジョ
replay
ンソ
of
ン
the Super
昨
Bowl
年
motocross
LA で
in
の
LA.
スー
Only
パーボー
there
ル
he
モトクロ
started
スでは
17th
17番
last
手
year
で
and
スタート
finished first.
1位でフィ
He
ニッシ
started in
ュ。
fourth in
こ
this
こでは
race. He's
4
in
番手から
second
の
spot
スタートで
now. And
現在
now he's
2
putting
位
the pressure
1位のジェ
on
フ・ワードを追走している。
young Jeff Ward
観
in
客の目は
first.
ワードとジョンソンのトップ
Wardy
争い
in
に
front,
注がれてい
Johnson
る。
in second. That's where the fans' attention is focused.
いよいよ最終ラップ。ジョンソンがチェッカーに向かうワードの店を狙って必死の追撃。
Wardy heading for the checkered flag. Johnson hoping, praying for a mistake. Look at the pitman signal Wardy. His mechanic signaling, go for it. Keep your cool, keep your head. Another lap rider between them. Johnson number 2 in second spot. Here's Wardy through the whoops. Whoa, that is poetry in motion, ladies and gentlemen. Wardy over the jumps. Notice, no waving to the crowd. He wants to hold on the lead because Johnson wants to take it away from him. They are heading for the checkered flag here at the Houston Astrodome. The first AMA
1988年
Supercross
の
of
AMA スーパークロ
1988.
ス
And
第一
Wardy
戦
has
は
just about
終
got
始ワー
this
ドがリー
one.
ド。
And
しかしジ
Johnson won't give
ョンソ
up.
ンも諦めずにこれを追い続ける。ゴールは間近だ。ワードはなんとホーランドを周回遅れにしてチェッカーへ向かう。
falling way back. And here's the finish. Wardy holding on, looks behind
ワー
him.
ドは後を
Johnson
振り返りながら
comes
最
up,
終コーナーを
heading
回
for
っ
the
て
checkered
1
flag.
位で
He's
ゴー
got
ル
it,
イン。
kicks his foot out and takes it, and he's happy. We'll be right back with the results and the final interviews right after this.
さてレースの結果は1位地元での勝利ジェフ・ワード、2位リック・ジョンソン、3位ヤマハのミッキー・ダイモンド、4位ロン・ルスイーン、5位エリック・キーホ、そして6位はブロック・グローバー、7位ジョージ・ホーランド、8位ジェフ・スタントン、9位ジェフ・リース、そして10位はアリゾナ出身シャーン・ケイロス。こんな風になっている。続いてダラスラウンドだ。
This is the main event from the Texas Stadium. Leaning forward to the bikes, number 1, number 2, number 4, number 3 on the line, and there they go!
テキサススタジアムでの決勝ヒート、ゼッケン1234の強豪が一列に並んでいよいよスタート。ゼッケン7のリースクがリード、リースクのインをワードがパス。ゼッケン44ブロックグローバーが2位、1位ワード、2位グローバーで集団を引っ張る。ゼッケン23が転倒、つられてゼッケン14のブルックスも転倒。 ジョンソンはまだ集団を抜け出すのに手こずっている。
Here comes Wardy Glover to the inside. Glover tries to go to the inside and Ward says no. Through the tunnel.
ワードとグローバーがトップ争いで激しいバトルを展開している。その後ゼッケン7のリースクが追う。ゼッケン2番リッキー・ジョンソンがようやく集団を抜け出し現在4位。
Jeff Leask, his teammate, right in front of him, and Ricky wants Leask. He wants to go after Wardy. And the crowd is standing and cheering early in this heat, or in this main event. Jeff Ward, number 1, 44, Glover in second. Leask, number 7 and third, and Johnson moving up.
そしてジョンソンがリースクを追い上げる。スーパークロスのクロコダイルダンディ、昨年度のオーストラリアナショナルチャンピオンのリースク、昨年末にヤマハからホンダに移籍、チームメイトのジョンソンをなんとか抑えようとしている。しかしジョンソンがインをついてリースクをパス。教科書通りの抜き方でジョンソンが3位に浮上。快調に飛ばすジェフ・ワード。ジョンソンの激しい追撃にいつまでトップを守れるかが川崎はチーム首脳陣を心配するところだ。現在1位ワード、2位グローバー、3位ジョンソンの順である。
Wardy going real slow, not bonsaiing it at all. That's got to be dangerous. He's got to put the power to the ground and move up ahead because this guy is moving up. Ricky Johnson, number 2, has got to pass his good buddy Brock Glover for second and then go after Ward. And this is where the people pay their money. There's number 4, Lachine, back around 6th spot at this point. A bad start for Ronnie. And a tough break for Kawasaki, but right now the hopes of Kawasaki are pinned on this young lad. About 5'6.5", 5'7", Jeff Ward built like a football halfback. Works out with weights extensively and runs. Very intelligent rider. Maybe a little bit of an edge on Johnson in training. Here's Johnson, who's running in third spot. The main event, Texas Stadium. Wardy through the whoops. Number 73 going down in front of him, Corey Cope. Wardy goes around him. Oh, Wardy there slams that left foot into the ground. That'll hyperextend your knee. That hurts. Wardy's had problems with his knees before, also problems with his ankles. Here's Johnson trying to reel in Glover. And there's Glover right in front of him, looking like he's in the sights of a gun. Right in front of Johnson. Wardy in front, Glover second, and Johnson third. The Coors Beer main event. Over the finish line jump. Always a tabletop jump at the finish line. A high one, too. Mounted fresh new tires on each one of these factory bikes and sent them out to do battle. Here's Johnson. Look at him play with Glover. He goes to the outside. Glover is expecting Johnson to go to the inside because that's where Ricky likes to pass. He goes back on the inside and Glover's on the outside. That's a dangerous place. They're side by side in midair. And Glover comes out on top and Johnson is frustrated. Normally, another rider would have backed off and let Johnson by, but Glover is not a normal rider. 6-time national champion. He's as big as Johnson and as strong as Johnson. Unfortunately, he's a little older. He's 27 years old. Johnson's about 24, 25. There is Ward, number 1 in front, completely oblivious to the battle behind him. And here is the battle behind him. The Battle of Texas Stadium for second between Glover, number 44, and Johnson, number 2. Johnson loves to stalk the other riders. He's a master at psyching out the other riders. At getting him to look out right there. Beautiful move. Johnson made Glover think he was going to the outside, then suddenly cut to the inside and went by him like a snake oil salesman of the night. And now Ricky Johnson has got his sights set on this young lad, Jeff Ward, originally from Scotland, now living in Southern California. His father, Jack, a trials rider from Scotland, brought Wardy over to America when he was a baby and started him on a mini bike at age 5. Ward's mother has got a Ferrari in Southern California, and the license plate says, and I mean this sincerely, it says Wardy's mom. And she's a very attractive blonde, I'll tell you that too. And a lot of people pull up beside her and try to wave at her because they know that she's Wardy's mother and she won't look at him. Wardy says, don't feel bad, she does that to me too. I pull up next to her. Look at this, Johnson reeling him in.
迫るジョンソン、周回遅れをうまく利用してジョンソンの追走をかわそうとするワード。
The final laps of this Coors main event. The move over flag is out for the riders in front, number 14. That's Larry Brooks, who crashed earlier. Now they're all alone, and it's Johnson saying, I got you in my sights, Wardy, and I want you. He puts the pressure on, and nobody can do it like Johnson can. How would you like to be in Wardy's shoes with Johnson behind him? Let's see if Johnson goes to the inside. He does. Wardy blocks him, and
ジョンソ
Johnson
ン
comes
強
back
引に
again.
ワードのインに入り込む。
Wardy
しかし
slows way
ワードも
down,
パスを
and
させじ
Johnson
と
slows
必死
down.
にこれを阻止。バランスを崩したジョンソン、ワードとの差が少し広がる。
Wardy is tough to pass. Sometimes Johnson makes it look easy, though, when he does pass him. Right now, Ricky is all of the track. Looking for a spot to move by Wardy. The crowd intently watching this battle as they come up to lap Mike Fisher. Wardy number 1 on the green Kawasaki. Johnson number 2 on the blood red Honda. Jeff Ward, excellent young rider, and nobody is in better physical shape than Wardy. Make no mistake about that. Over the long, long doubles. Into the whoops. Skimming that front wheel across the whoops. Getting the power to the ground. Wardy shifts in midair. A couple of ruts developing, but not many on this track. Look at the people on the floor wave on Ward or Johnson, depending on who they're cheering for. Again, Ricky, exactly what he was doing before, to the extreme outside. Wardy to the inside. Clips a hay bale, doesn't slow Wardy down. Now Johnson moves up on him. Johnson to the inside,
さあジョン
exactly
ソ
what
ン
he did
ここで再
before.
びワードのインを
And
攻める。
Wardy lets him by.
ついにワードをかわしトップに躍り出た。
Frustration. But now
一
Wardy
瞬の
is
隙を
coming
突かれたワー
back.
ド、
Will he
激しく
fade?
ジョンソンの後を追う。
That's the question. Will Jeff Ward back off now? That's what he's done before. But it doesn't look that way. It looks like Ward is going to give him a race. Ward
ワード、
goes
ジョン
to the
ソン
inside
の
for a
インを
second.
突こ
He
うと
has
す
the
るが
lead,
ス
but
ピードを
Johnson
失い
launches
ダブルジャン
himself
プ
with
で
the
大
double.
きく遅れを取ってしまう。
You don't see Johnson showboating. That's because Ward is keeping the pressure on. Wardy, or Johnson rather, has got a pennant stuck on the left foot peg of his bike. Shows how close he's coming to the outside to the hay bales.
1位はゼッケン2のジョンソン、2位はゼッケン1のワード。ここダラススタジアムの観客はこの2人の激しいトップ争いに釘付けになっている。
Wardy at this point normally fades off the pace and settles for second, but he's not doing that now. He's putting the pressure on Johnson. That's what he's got to do. You can't let Johnson get that far out in front because Ricky will just stay out in front, showboat to the crowd, and hold on to that lead. The mechanics, the pit board, signaling the riders as they go by. Mechanic circle. Johnson, number 2, knows he is getting close to the end of this race, but Wardy goes to the inside and almost gets out in front again. Ward is keeping Johnson honest. Now, Johnson's starting to pull away. Is Wardy going to back off and let him go? Let's see what happens here. It's
快調な
Texas
ペースで走
Stadium.
るゼッケン2のジョンソン。
Single line through the nope. Wardy comes back.
2位のワードがどこまで迫れるか。
Johnson and
さ
Ward in
あ
a
クライマック
classic
スに向かう
battle
この
at
2人の
Texas
争い
Stadium.
しばらくの間見てもらおう。
Ricky Johnson, number 2, Ward, number 1, and Ward now going to the inside, trying to reel him in. They head through the tunnel. And Wardy is sticking on his back tire like a Krishna on an airport traveler. A lapped rider in front, number 29, Ray Somo, and that slows Johnson down just a little bit. And Wardy's got to capitalize on things like that. He's got to capitalize on breaks like that when Johnson is stymied by a slower rider, by a lapped rider. Johnson goes up against the hay bales. Wobbling a little bit, feeling the pressure of Ward. Now, Johnson's starting to pull away on the part of the track. He starts to pull away, and here comes Wardy back again. No showboating by Ricky. He is not waving to the crowd now. There's one single line through that turn, that rut, and Johnson takes it every time. Here comes Ward, skimming the rear wheel over those whoops like poetry in motion. Two-wheel poetry here at Texas Stadium. Suspension and the arms take a tremendous beating on a track like this, a hard, packed track like this. It is like Texas granite. Finish line jump. Looking for the white flag, and there it is.
白旗が振られ、いよいよ最終ラップ。
Wardy reel in Johnson. Johnson wobbling a little bit. I don't know if he's getting tired or feeling the pressure. He looks behind him. You don't see Johnson do that. And
ワー
Ward
ドが
comes
激
up
しくジョン
behind
ソン
him.
を追い上げる。
And the crowd is
観客も
responding.
総立ちで
They're
声
cheering
援を
there.
送ってい
He
る
rolls。 Normally, Johnson has pulled away to an 8 or 9 second lead, and Wardy says, not this time, big guy. And Ricky Johnson is feeling the pressure. It's Ward's turn to put the pressure on Johnson. Wardy is right on his back tire. The final lap at Texas Stadium, a big crowd, and Wardy is trying to pull it off. So Johnson has got to block Ward. Ward to the inside. Gets his wheel up next to Johnson. Look at this, look at this.
トンネルの手前でワードがチャージ。トンネルの中で順位が入れ替わったか。最終コーナー、ワードが再びジョンソンのインをつくがどうしても抜けない。リッキー・ジョンソン、ほんの1フィートの差でワードをかわし優勝。というわけでこのレースの結果は1位リッキー・ジョンソン、2位ジェフ・ワード、3位ロン・ラシーン、4位ジェフ・リースク、そして5位がジョージ・ホーランド。
Glover will finish 6th, Duboc 7th, Michael Fisher, Kawasaki 8th, Jeff Stanton, Yamaha 9th, and the O Show in 10th spot.
続いてはミシガンラウンドだ。予選のヒート結果は次の通り。
All right, we are set to go for the main event.
1988年度ポンテックスーパークロス 250cc クラスの決勝ヒート。
Get your seat belts fastened, because here we go.
さあスタートだ。長い直線コース。ゼッケン1番のジェフ・ワードがリードするか。いや、ゼッケン21、ヤマハのデュバックがアウトから抜け出した。インのワードは2位で丘を登っていく。丘の頂上のコーナーでワードがデュバックをインからパス。トリプルジャンプを終えて1位がジェフ・ワード、ゼッケン23のロリー・ティシュナーが3位につけている。ワード、デュバック、ティシュナー、川崎、ヤマハ、鈴木の順でレースは続く。リッキー・ジョンソンは現在4位争い。
Jeff Ward in front, number 1. Then Doug Duboc, number 21, and a slew of riders coming up strong. There's Johnson on the inside, number 2. There's Lease, number 7, Holland, number 3.
さあジョンソンが3位のティシュナーに追いつく。トップのワードはジョンソンの追い上げをしてさらにリードを広げようと必死に飛ばしている。
Johnson in 4th spot trying to get a shot at Tishner. They go up the uphill, and Ward goes down the downhill. Into the triple jumps, no showboating, no waving to the crowd now.
3位のティシュナーを追うジョンソン、現在4位。
in 4th spot, going after Tishner. There is Ward, your leader. Jeff Ward in front. Looking behind him, there's number 21, Duboc. There's number 23, Tishner, and here comes Johnson, right in front of Lachine. That could be an interesting battle. Johnson, number 2, is in 4th spot. Wardy, National Supercross champion, number 1, in front. Whoa, look at them drop down and slam into that hard Pontiac ground. Wardy is all serious now.
ティシュナーを捉え3位に浮上したジョンソン、ここで2位のデュバックも抜き去りトップのワードを追う。
Johnson going after Ward. Oh, baby. Hold on. Jeez Louise.
トップを行くワード、それを追うジョンソン。今年はそのパターンが多く非常にエキサイティングなレースが続いている。ワードは序盤リードし、ゴール直前にジョンソンに抜かれるというパターンが多いが、今日はどうだろうか。ゼッケン4のラシーンが3位に上がってデュバックは4位。
The fans are leaning a little bit toward Johnson here, but Jeff Ward has got a lot of fans. He won here a year ago on Saturday night at Pontiac. Johnson broke his finger and was out of the championship. He came back, but he could never reel Ward in and overcome his points lead that he picked up here at Pontiac. And Ward, he knows that. He's a superb tactician. He knows the point standings. He knows what he's got to do to stay in front of Johnson. Johnson in 2nd spot, number 2, over the triple. All serious, no showboating, no waving to the crowd. Johnson wants Ward.
快調にトップを走るワード。
Here's Jeff Ward over the double jump. Johnson
2位のジョンソン、ワードのミスを狙って追走する。3位のラシーン、速い時はものすごく速いが遅い時は誰よりも遅い。非常に差の激しいライダー。 ワードを激しく追うジョンソン。その差が縮まっていることはワードもメカニックからの指示で知っているはず。おっと、ジョンソンは早く転倒しそうになる。ミスを犯さない彼にとっては実に珍しい。
Are we going to see more mistakes from Johnson because he hit the ground? The forks compressed and he almost went down. In fact, a lesser rider would have gone down. Wardy is smooth as silk. This kid has got it together. No mistakes so far. Coming into traffic, there's Johnson right behind him. You can see him. They go down the downhill, setting up that very, very dangerous triple. Wardy smooth, a little wobbling there on the jump. Possibly the ruts. Johnson indicated earlier the ruts are becoming a problem when talking to Larry Myers.
さてロン・ラシーンは現在単独で3位を走行中。トップの2人はゼッケン16のトニー・シュミットを4周遅れにする。2人がいかに速いか分かるだろう。ジョンソンがワードのインについた。さあ抜けるか。しかしワードもこれを阻止しようと必死。ジョンソン再びインにつく。完璧な攻めでついにトップに躍り出た。ダラスでの戦いと同じような展開となったが、ワードもぴったりとジョンソンの後を追う。
Jeff Ward is hammering Johnson. Down the downhill. The triple jump. Johnson and Ward. Wardy wobbling a little. Those ruts are starting to be a factor. Look at the crowd wave them on. The ruts are definitely starting to be a factor in this race. Ward going wide. Look at the wave on Wardy. The crew, the track crew waving on Jeff Ward. Go after Johnson. Into the tunnel. They lap another rider, number 11, Keith Bowen. And it is Johnson in front, but Wardy is not letting him pull away. And this is what Ward's got to do. He's got to keep the pressure on Johnson and get him to make a mistake. And Johnson is wobbling. He is rocking and rolling like a drunken sailor. Wardy, you got to get on the gas. You got to hammer him. And Wardy's mechanic and the team manager.
Oh, Johnson is going down.
Johnson is going down. And Ward takes the lead.
ジョンソンの転倒シーンを見るのは非常に珍しいことだ。普段の完璧な走りに比べて今日は序盤から危ない場面が目立っている。さあワードにとってはここでジョンソンを大きく引き離す絶好のチャンス。
As Ricky Johnson goes down and gives the lead to Ward, and Ward suddenly has a new lease on life, but look at Johnson come up on him. And now Wardy will try to block Johnson. Johnson's
おうジョンソンまたもぐらつく。もうミスは許されない。
He can't afford to make another mistake.
ジョンソンインについておっとまたしても転倒。リッキー・ジョンソン決勝ヒートで2度の転倒。ワードは再び差を広げてトップを独走。
And Jeff Ward is on his way to victory here at Pontiac. But still plenty of time left, and Johnson cannot afford another mistake. Can Ward hold him off, or will Ward fade? Ward has had the lead handed to him twice on a silver platter. And he knows that. What is Ward going to do? Let Johnson to the inside.
ジョンソンまたしてもワードのインを攻めるが、ワードも簡単には譲らない。両者横一列でジャンプ。次のコーナーへ向けてジョンソンそのままインをキープ。ジョンソンこのレースで三度トップに立つ。今度はワードがアウトに膨らむジョンソンのインを攻める。ジョンソンとの競り合いでアウトへ押し出されたワード。コースアウトしてカメラマンに激突。転倒。
Oh, and Jeff Ward is mad. He is incensed. They tangled and
倒れたワードを尻目にトップを快走するジョンソン。その差は20秒となった。全く予想外の激しいレース。白旗が振られ、いよいよ最終ラップ。チェッカーに向かってトップを独走するジョンソン。派手なアクションを見せるが、2度の転倒を期した彼には危険だ。
Jeff Ward in second spot, very unhappy about that. He's ahead of Lachine, his teammate, for second. But he wanted to win this one at Pontiac. And instead, it's going to go to this one if he can hold on for about another 15 seconds. Ricky Johnson, Team Honda.
チームホンダのリッキー・ジョンソン、観客の声援を受けながらチェッカーに向かう。リッキー・ジョンソン、2度の転倒を期しながらも見事に優勝。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Motorcycle Demolition Derby. So the final results at Pontiac. Ricky Johnson
この
takes
レー
it
スの
again.
結果はご覧の通り。
Ward in second. Lachine will settle for
1位リッ
third.
キー・ジョンソン、2
Eric
位
Keogh
ジェフ・ワー
fourth,
ド、
and Doug
3
Duboc,
位
the
ローン・
Yamaha
ラシーン。
privateer, in fifth. In sixth block, Tishner, then Glover, then George Holland, Mike Fisher, and Jeff Matasevich rounds out the top 10.
続いてはサンディエゴラウンド。予選結果はご覧の通り。
And the key drops for the main
サンディエ
event
ゴラウ
from
ンド
San
決
Diego.
勝ヒートのスター
And
ト。
out in front, local boy
ト
number
ップに出
2,
たのは
Ricky
地元
Johnson.
選手の
But
リッ
there's
キー・
a
ジョンソン。
collision,
ジョ
Dave.
ンソンのリードに観
First
客
turn
も
pile
大
up.
喜び。
Reese and Duboc are among the 8 riders down.
And they battled earlier in their heat. All right, the main event underway, and Ricky Johnson, the crowd favorite here in San Diego, is out in front. Second, a surprise,
驚いたことに
Mickey
2位に
Diamond
つけてい
is
るのは
running
ヤマ
second,
ハファクトリー
factory
チームのミ
Yamaha.
ッキー・ダイモンド、ゼッケン
And
6
third,
番。
Jeff Ward, number 1, you can see him right there
ジェ
back
フ・ワー
by
ドはスタン
Stanton.
トンと並んで3番手。
And Lachine pressuring Stanton, trying to get into 4th spot.
Ron Lachine, the third part of that triple riders from El Cajon zone that you call, Dave. Brock Glover, Ricky Johnson, and Ron Lachine. But right at it is Johnson in front. And Diamond putting the pressure on.
And through the whoops, there's Lachine. Lachine passes Stanton into 4th.
So Ron Lachine goes to 4th. Here is the lineup. Number 2, Ricky Johnson. Look at what the corner workers are waving him on. This guy is an acknowledged crowd
現
favorite
在ト
here
ップはジョンソン、
tonight. It is
2位ダイモ
Johnson
ン
in
ド、
front,
3位
Diamond
ワード、
running
4 位
second,
ラシー
Wardy
ン。
third,
この順
and
でレース
Ron
を引っ張っ
Lachine
ている。
fourth.
And they are taking already 2 different lines. There's that outside berm line, and there's inside groove line.
Ricky Johnson and Diamond both suffering from some ailments this week, David.
Mickey Diamond has had the flu all week. Ricky Johnson, who just cleared that triple, and here comes Ward. Ricky has had food poisoning the last couple of days.
And he told me earlier in the race, before the race, he did not want to use that as an excuse. So Johnson in front, but they're keeping him in sight. Diamond in second, Wardy third, and Lachine fourth. Ward looks extremely confident early in this race.
A precise rider. Look at the tag team coming on. Those 2 green riders are riding beautifully.
It looks like a championship wrestling, the 2 factory Kawasaki riders' teammates. But here is Johnson in
さあ
front.
ワードが2位のダイモンドに迫る。
Back in third and
3
fourth
位の
spot.
ワー
Now
ド、
Wardy
4位
going
の
for
ラシ
second.
ー
He's
ン、
got
2人と
second.
もダイモンドを軽く
Mickey
かわして
Diamond
2位
loses
3位へ
and
と浮
goes
上。
to the outside, and he gets past so quick.
He looked like the little girl whose head spun around on The Exorcist when both Lachine and Ward went by him. So it is Johnson in front, Ward second, Lachine third, and Diamond a disgruntled 4th place.
Lachine's not happy with 3rd. He's pressuring his teammate, Jeff Ward.
Yes, he is, and he will do that. There is no love lost between these guys when they're on the track. It is ask no quarter, give no quarter between Ward and his teammate, Ron Lachine. So Johnson in front, Wardy second, Lachine third. Lachine trying to cut to the inside, trying to get around Ward on the inside. Ward slingshots around the outside. The 2 different lines are coming into play. Jeff Ward looking awfully strong early in this race, the main event here at San Diego. There's Ward in second, Lachine hovering in 3rd spot. The crowd cheering Johnson. He is the acknowledged local boy, the favorite here at San Diego. Almost a capacity crowd. They fly by the water barricades. Those are empty, actually. They were developed by Mickey Thompson as safety barriers. They're actually softer than hay bales if the riders run into them. Still, the infield stewards waiting on Johnson. They want him to win.
RJ picking some good lines, but he seems a little wobbly out there. He doesn't seem as confident as Jeff Ward.
No question about it. I don't think he is as confident. Wardy is strong. He is healthy, and he wants to win here in San Diego. He told me earlier he doesn't care if the crowd's for him. That'll spur him on to even go faster.
Here comes Wardy, and he's coming
ジェ
on
フ・ワー
strong.
ド、
A new
ライン
line
を
to the
アウトに取って
outside.
トップのジョン
Johnson
ソ
to
ン
the inside.
に迫る。
Ward to the outside.
お
Ward
ー、
passes.
ジャ
Can
ン
he
プ
hold
して
it?
キリ
Yes.
ジョンソンを抜き去った
Johnson wobbles on the top of the tabletop.
Johnson tried to block him on the inside, came up short. Wardy with a smooth fast line on the outside, totally cleared that
サ
tabletop.
ンディエゴラウン
With
ド決
just
勝
a
ヒー
few
ト
laps
残す
left
と
in
こ
the
ろも
main
あ
event
と
here at San
数周
Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium,
とうとうトップに立ったワー
Wardy
ド
is leading.
ジョンソンも
Johnson
西
trying
田
to
と
reel him in.
And Johnson looks a little sloppy here and there. Wardy, look how smooth he is over that tabletop. Johnson comes short. Now Johnson's got different lines, but I'm not sure what's happening here. Now Johnson moves to the inside.
Johnson comes up on Wardy. Wardy
今度は
blocking.
ジョン
Wardy
ソンが
looks
ア
good.
ウ
He
トライン
looks
を走るワード
unbelievable.
のいいを
Johnson
突こう
comes
と
back
す
to
るが
the
ワ
inside.
ードがこれ
Now
をうま
Ward
く阻
coming
止
up
する
on traffic will try to use that traffic to block Johnson. Here's Johnson on the outside.
ワー
Wardy
ドは
inside
コーナーを
again.
イン
The
から攻め
two
る
separate
ジ
lines.
ョンソンはアウトから
The
名通り
track
のライン取
beautiful
りで
here
トップ争い
at
は続
Mickey
く
Thompson's race. This race produced by the Mickey Thompson Entertainment Group. They do off-road races all over the world. And the track is staying together extremely well. Here's Wardy flying over the jump. Johnson staying right behind him like a shadow.
Over the big double, through the oops, now the big triple.
ここまではワードのレース展開、周回遅れをうまく利用してジョンソンをブロック。
He passes a lap rider. Johnson's got to move to the inside and go around him. Go to the outside now. Go around the other rider.
Johnson got held up there, not good at all. He's got to look down the track a little bit more. He's got to play it smart.
This show produced by John Bradley Entertainment, and a good show it is, a good main event, as Wardy continues to frustrate Johnson, and the crowd, the near-capacity crowd, is upset about this. They want to see Johnson win.
Wardy's taking some great lines, and he's making it look very smooth. On the other hand, Ricky is very fast through the whoop-de-doos, and look at him come on.
But Johnson's still suffering from food poisoning, Dave, and he's got some problems. He's trying to reel in Ward and just can't seem to do it.
I don't know if he's got the strength. We know one thing. The strong man out front is riding precise. The fastest part of the track right here. Get your wheel back on the ground, upshift to third, fourth gear, over the big double. Outstanding flight.
They are flying literally 50 to 60 feet through the air. They're 25 to 30 feet up. Boy, they're going to have to go for oxygen mask before too long.
Inside move, Johnson, a great move there.
Trying to move up. He's got a couple of feet on Wardy, but Wardy continues to lead in this main event at San Diego.
But Johnson saw a new line there. Wardy's taking the outside there.
Rick Johnson, number 2, Jeff Ward, number 1. The crowd's attention focused on these young riders. And Wardy does not clear the plateau.
And RJ takes the outside line, and look at the triple, and he gains at least 20 feet on it.
素晴らしいトリプルジャンプを見せるジョンソン。観客の声援に応えてトップのワードを激しく追い上げる。
He is watching Jeff Ward. Jeff Ward, though, has eyes in the back of his head.
That's right. Roy Turner, the Kawasaki race manager, has a one-way radio to both Ward and Lachine. He's sitting in the press box feeding them information, and Johnson is a little frustrated. He sees that aerial on the back of Ward's helmet.
ジョンソンはラインを書いてワードにプレッシャーを与えようとするが、チームマネージャーのロイターナーからラジオで情報を得ているワードは背中に目がついているかのように巧みにジョンソンをブロックする。
Because he's got Roy Turner up in the stands telling him exactly where Johnson's trying to pass. Johnson Ward on the inside, Ward on the outside. Here comes Johnson, putting the pressure on the crowd, starting to go crazy. Johnson putting the pressure on Ward. He goes to the inside. Look at that. Locks up the rear wheel.
Amazing pass block.
後輪で巧みにワードをブロック。ついにジョンソンがトップになった。観客は大喜び。
And Wardy is suddenly frustrated.
It's not over yet. Ward still has some very fast line. Ricky Johnson has traffic now.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings, but right now Ricky Johnson is singing out in front. He's putting the traffic. A beautiful move there, David.
He moved right in behind Eric Kehoe and right in front of Stanton, and now he's out in front, and Ward's got to contend with Kehoe.
Oh, that was a frustrating move by Johnson to Ward. He used the other
さて、白旗が振られ、ジョンソンがトップで最終ラップを迎えた。サンディエゴの観客は九段ばかりの大声援をジョンソンに送る。チェッカーまで残り9コーナー。最終ラップ、ワードはジョンソンを抜き返せるか。
Normally on this last lap with RJ leading, he'd be showing off, doing a little bit of showboating, but not right now.
Nope, it's all right down here, the final lap, and Johnson knows that. He knows that it's right there in front of him. The checker flag is coming out. He's got to hold off Ward. There is no time for showboating.
Oh, you know Ward is very frustrated right now.
ワードは冷静な走りでしっかりとジョンソンの後ろにつき、追撃の手を緩めない。レースはあと2コーナーを残すのみとなった。
Johnson, I don't think is going to give him that mistake this time.
2 turns to go right now.
リッキー・ジョンソン、ゼッケンに地元観衆の声援を背に、ワードの追撃をかわそうと必死のライディングでチェッカーを目指す。
He jarred his ancestors on that landing, and look at Ward come up on him, looking for a mistake. Johnson going for the checker flag.
リッキー・ジョンソン優勝。ワードはまたしても2位でゴール。落胆の色を隠しきれないようだ。地元での勝利の喜びを体で表すジョンソン。それに応えて大声援で祝福するサンディエゴの観客だ。
Let's take a look at that one more time. That inside pass coming into turn number 4, Larry, was picture perfect. A double jump leading to that. RJ just had the inside, totally locked it up.
And look at Johnson. He locks up the rear brake in an attempt to block Ward. Ward almost goes down, but he saw what Johnson was going to do.
そしていよいよニューヨークラウンド。予選のヒート結果はご覧の通り。
So the stage is set for the main event here at the Meadowlands Supercross in New Jersey. The riders to watch: Holland,
メドウラウンドスーパークロス決勝ヒートいよいよスタート。
Ricky Johnson and Ron the Machine Lachine, and here we go. The key drops, they rocket down the line. The best riders in the world. It is
注目の選手はジョージ・ホーランド、 ブロック・グローバー、ジェフリース、ジェフ・マスタビッチ、リック・ジョンソン、ロン・ラシーン。中央のホランドが飛び出したようだ。1番手はホランド、2番手にドゥバック。今のところホランドがレースを引っ張っている。ラシーンは集団の中央、リック・ジョンソンの姿はまだ見えない。
Lachine back in the middle of the pack, and where is Johnson? That's the question. Where is Ricky Johnson? Traditionally not a good starter. Holland has seemed to got a new lease on life after his battle earlier with Ward in the heat race. And he's setting a very strong pace. Dubach going wide on the turn, but it's Holland out in front. Notice, no theatrics, no showboating by Holland. He's serious. He wants to win his first Supercross ever. There's Johnson.
ようやくジョンソンの姿が見えてきた。ゼッケンには4位だ。ホランド、ルシーン、ドゥバック、ジョンソンがそれぞれ1位、2位、3位、4位となっている。
Holland, Lachine, Dubach, Johnson, 1, 2, 3, 4. George Holland, newly married the end of last year out of Kerman, California, a quieter rider you'll never find.
さて、ラシーンがホーランドのインをついてパス。しかしホランドも負けじと抜き返す。両者一列でコーナーに突入。ラシーン、ホランドを抑えてトップに立つ。ジョンソンもホランドを捉え2位に浮上。
And Holland is running third, and suddenly the cast has changed, and it's Lachine on the green, Kawasaki in front with Johnson on his back tire.
見事なブロックでホランドをパスしトップに立ったラシーン。その後ジョンソンが激しく追い立てる。
Lachine goes back in front. Johnson trying to go by on the outside. Lachine blocked him beautifully.
おっとラシーン転倒。ジョンソンのプレッシャーに耐えきれず転倒。よくある光景だ。ついにリッキー・ジョンソンがトップに立った。ラシーンが転倒した場面をもう一度見てみよう。ジョンソンのプレッシャーを感じて焦りフロントを滑らせる。すぐに立て直そうとするがいやもう滑ってダウン。マイク・タイソンの相手よりも早くダウンしてしまった。一方リッキー・ジョンソントップを独走。ホランド現在2位でトップを行くチームメイトのジョンソンを追うがホンダのためにタイトルを取りたいジョンソン。ジェフ・ワードのいないこのレースホランドも邪魔をすることはない。ジョンソンからかなり遅れているホランド。彼の役目は後方のライダーを抑えジョンソンのタイトルダッシュを守ることだ。So Johnson can win this title. Honda's not dumb. They want to win that national #1 plate back. That's a very, very coveted plate. In fact, the most prestigious plate in motocross or supercross. Some would argue in dirt racing. Today, the Supercross National Championship. このレース、ジョンソンとホンダのために大切な役割を背負って走るホランド。
Tonight, here for Ricky Johnson. Ricky Johnson with a tremendous lead, way out in front.The question, can anybody get by George Holland for second?
ゼッケン19のシュミットがホランドの後方3位に上がってきた。おっとジョンソンが転倒していた模様。ホランドがすぐ後ろについた。さあホランドがジョンソンを抜いてトップに出た。ホンダのメカニックもこの2人のバトルに肝を潰していることだろう。トンネルの中でホランドがジョンソンをブロック。なんということだろう。ホランドがジョンソンの前を走るとは全く予想外の展開。ホランドは前の 125cc のレースで肩を怪我しているとは思えない走りを見せている。ジョンソン、ホランドをインから捉えようやくトップに戻った。
putting the pressure on Ricky Johnson. And Johnson's not used to this, especially from his teammate. Now Johnson starts to pull away. Holland in second spot. George Holland from Kerman, California, Northern California farming community outside Sacramento. But it's Ricky Johnson's show at this point. Johnson knows that he's got to finish and finish strong, and he will take the number one plate with Ford not starting the main.
さてジョンソンはこのレースでチャンピオンを決めなければロサンゼルスに戻って再びジェフワードとタイトルを争うことになってしまう。ワードと争いを避けるためにこのレースをどうしても勝ちたいジョンソン。
So Ricky Johnson is faced with a dilemma. He's got to ride a strong race, but also a conservative race. He saw what happened to Ward in a freak accident in his seat, apparently a broken ankle. And Ricky knows that. And
必要にジョンソンを追い立てるホランド。レースを落とせ、邪魔するなとホンダのメカニックから指示は出ていないんだろうか。
It's happened before. Matasevich, number 201, coming up strong. The great green hope for Kawasaki now with Lachine going down here earlier. Ricky Johnson through the tunnel. He notice that he is not showboating, ladies and gentlemen. He wants this championship. If he gets far enough ahead, then he'll start to play with it. He'll start waving the crowd. But right now, he is all business. The main event here at the East Rutherford, New Jersey, Meadowlands Giant Stadium. And there's Holland in second spot, and he's on the gas, trying to reel in Ricky.
なぜか必死にジョンソンの後を追う2位のホランド、そしてゼッケン201のマタセビッチ、ゼッケン19のジョニー・オマラと後続が激しく追い上げてきた。オマラがマタセビッチを抜いて3位に浮上。ゼッケンにリッキー・ジョンソンは2位以下を大きくリードしてトップを独走。このままいけば3位に上がってきたリースを加えホンダの1、2、3フィニッシュ。
And now Leask is starting to reel in this man, George Holland. Again, we are watching the battle for second. Ricky Johnson is way out in front as Leask is running third. There's Leask, number 7 behind him. And then Johnny O'Mara suddenly getting a new lease on life, running in fourth. Holland trying to hold on a second spot. And Leask is determined to take it away. But this is the rider who's out in front, Ricky Johnson.
ジョンソン独走。ジ
ャン
プをしながら観客に手を振る。観客もそれに応えて線を送っている。快調にトップを走るジョンソン。
Showboating, and he's doing it tonight. Holland is not showboating. He's trying to hold on a second with his teeth. And Leask, number 7 behind him, trying to take it away from Holland. Only one race remaining, one Supercross remaining this year. And a lot of these riders' contracts are up. They know what they want to do as well and as strong as they can in the latter races this year in order to be in a strong bargaining position for next year. Holland second, Leask number 7 and third, and Johnny O'Mara hovering like the specter of death in fourth. A lot of people counted out O'Mara, but he's fought his way into fourth spot in this main event and is pressing Leask for third. Johnson in front. Look at these jumps. Johnson up in the air, showboating for the crowd.
後半に入ってすっかり安定しているジョンソン。
Ricky Johnson in control. You got to put that bike exactly where you want it on the downside of a triple jump, or you'll find yourself in the cheap seats. Look at him; he is smooth. There's Holland in second spot. Holland will not showboat like Johnson will. Johnson going for the checkered flag here tonight.
チェッカーに向かって順調に走るジョンソン。サイドウェイジャンプで観客の声援に応える。
Ricky's got to keep in mind what happened to Jeff Ford in his race. Jeff was not showboating. He landed hard.
そしてノーハンドジャンプ。これができるライダーは世界でも数少ない。大変危険なので決して真似しないように。
Don't try it unless you're a pro of the caliber of Ricky Johnson or Jeff Ward. Holland is tough to pass.
おっと危ない。単独でトップを走っているときは得てして自信過剰になり集中力を失うものだ。その結果転倒してせっかくの優勝を逃してしまった例も少なくない。さあついにチェッカーが振られジョンソン優勝。そして2位にはホランド、さらに3位はリースクと ホンダの1、2、3フィニッシュとなった。
Holland takes it, a very strong win for the young man from Kerman, California. And Leask is third.
こうしてリッキー・ジョンソンがシリーズチャンピオンに輝いた。今入ってんの？